Are you an indie artist? Do you enjoy creating? Would you like to hear tips and advice that could help you elevate your career? If so, tune in to Surviving as an Indie Artist podcast. The link for the show will be posted in the description box.
Yeah. Listen, look, I welcome you to this conversation. I'm just happy to be alive, but my time's ticking slowly now. So when I die, can I still survive? Tears of remorse, situations evaluated. These accolades a remedy. When I feel that hatred, the tribulations that cover the smiling faces. I was Agent 47 until that number replaced me. Demons telling me, face it, your sacrifice is amazing. Soul on your sleeve as you enter this operation. Obligation was stated, culture and congregation. Yet they never lift a finger to check on your mental placement. Damn. Look, my conscience died being conscious. Constantly carrying myself. All I needed was promise. My problems personal.
I met her on the Humbug mission. Late night, I was cooling with my hitters. I was out the way, she was out the way. You know my brother got her attention. You know I had to slide her the digits. She started telling me how she was just chillin', cause she had a man who was treating her right. I guess he got some new competition. She said she wanna break up, but she can't cause she's in love. You cannot see how much I want you, boy. All of this good sweet love I give, I can't believe you cannot see how much I want you, boy. Guess my smile didn't work. Now I'm trying to figure out new ways to flirt. Ooh, yeah. You didn't see that dress I had on. I wore it just for you to say hello.
Again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. We are about to do our interview for the day. We will be interviewing Chris Ware. He is a former Marine. He is an actor, a poet, a vocalist, a multi-instrumentalist. He is currently studying at St. Louis University. His recent works include Romeo and Juliet, that was through the Shakespeare Festival in St. Louis, and Bud Not Buddy, that is through the Metro Theater Company, also here in St. Louis. Hello, Chris.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, all right,
Can
there you
you
go.
hear me?
So,
All
thank you for
right.
joining me today.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's good to be had.
Well, no problem. Okay, so I have a few questions, of course, that I'd like to ask you about your experience as an independent artist. So the first question I'd like to ask, and you say, oh, here we go. Okay.
I said, all right, let's do
it. Okay, so who are your inspirations?
My inspirations. Well, it's funny. I have a funny inspiration. Edgar Allen Poe. Edgar Allen Poe would be one of my main inspirations. He was the first American writer to attempt to make a living off the efforts of his pen. And in there, and actually trying to make a living, he was a horrific failure. He died alone in poverty. But there was no less the effort there, and he made a lot of great work that's, been appreciated for years and years afterwards. So I suppose as an artist, to be able to create something that has such longevity, that'll be able to stand the test of time like that, whether or not it brings me fame or fortune, but to be able to create that kind of art, that's pretty cool. I think that's the base for it all.
I agree with you. I mean, I think that's for the most part most artists want to create something that's going to stand the test of time. So, because I mean, if you think about it, it's really your legacy. Like after you're gone, your body of work is your legacy. So, so next question: what motivated you to pursue your dreams?
Well, I suppose it wasn't even the dream of being an artist or the dream of being a performer. It was more so I needed to be able to take care of myself and my family, and this is what I got. This is what was available. This is what I could do. And once I found a way to monetize that, it's been game on. Like I've been doing it for a while now, but it wasn't up until a few years ago that I was really able to lock into how to make money doing it. And now that I figured that out, it's just all about consistency now. Just being consistent, being able to continue doing it.
Okay, I agree with you on that as well. It's a beautiful thing if you can find a way to make money doing what you love. It's an even better thing if you are blessed to be able to do it, that you can at least be consistent with it. So I hear you on that one. So if you could create art with anyone, who would it be and why?
Now, see, that's a tough one.
It could be more than one person, because
there's a lot of local artists in St. Louis that I would love to do work with. John Wolbers, I would love to do work with John Wolbers. He's an actor and a teaching artist here in St. Louis. He does a lot of really great work. And just the way he views the world is really cool. The way he views the script, the way he tackles things, it's really a beautiful thing to behold. I would really like to work with Saul Williams also, because I see him and I as the same type of person, the same breed, and I see him as being a lot further down the road than me, as being the poet actor. I know he does music too, but he does hip hop. I don't really do a lot of hip hop. I mean, it's not that I don't like hip hop. It's just that it's just not the genre that I do.
Yeah. I hear you.
But to be able to work with him, if I was able to write a 2-person show and have him contribute and have him be a part of it, that would be awesome for me.
Okay, I believe in you. I think you could pull that off. I mean, write the show, then call him. The worst thing he's going to tell you is no. Or I can do it right now. Maybe I could do it later. Yeah, so I say go for it, Let's see here. What is the next question? What do you wish you would have known when you first started pursuing your dreams?
I wish I would have known how many people don't really take this as a business, because it's definitely a business. It's the business of arts and entertainment. Yes, it is. And people really don't take it that way. A lot of times people fall into this real social aspect of it, which isn't bad, because the social aspect builds community. You find a chance to build a network. It's a part of it, but when you get stuck in that social aspect, you fail to do business. One of the things that I see happen a lot in certain artist communities in St. Louis is they pass around the same $50. Like, you'll go to one person's show and they get paid $50, and then they'll invite you to their show and they'll pay you $50, and it's like, well, that nobody made any money anywhere.
Right.
And it's just a weird, but it's not a bad thing. It's just not a business thing. And had I known that starting out, it would have saved me a lot of frustration. It would have saved me a lot of heartache. I probably would have been a little bit further down the road, because I would not have been waiting on people. Because I would have understood their depth of dedication to what we were doing, which is fine. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with singing as a hobby, or being an actor as a hobby, being in plays as a hobby, or writing poetry as a hobby, or going to the open mic. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, okay, well, this is something I want to do on the side, and maybe make a little bit of money. There's nothing wrong with that. But with the approach that I've taken to necessarily do this as my business, there's a lot of those people who I can't work with. They can be great artists, fantastic artists, but the business acumen is just not there. And there's a certain understanding that you need. I wish I had known that starting out. Had I known that starting out, I probably would be a little further down the road. We can always say probably and speculate, but I think I'm pretty sure I would be in a better position.
Well, I definitely understand where you're coming from, because I've been an artist that has had my time wasted and that has wasted time, and just looking at both aspects of it, and now being like a mother, it's like, man, I can't believe I wasted all that time. Like you just look back at it and it's like, dang. And like you said, I like the point that you pointed out about passing around the same $50, because I definitely agree with that, especially like in the black circuit. Like it's like I don't mind coming to the open mic, but the thing is, like, we're more so like colleagues than we are fans. Like, I'm not sure. I might respect what you do, you know what I'm saying, respect your art, but we're doing the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
We're doing the exact same thing. We're having the exact same conversations. Everybody has the exact same thing. Nothing's different. Nothing's unique. Nothing's fanciful. And the funny thing about that is, it's not that those things don't exist in St. Louis, where they're different and unique and they're fun and they're stylish. And
you just have to be able to step outside and go to them.
Yeah, you have to be willing. From a black perspective, a lot of times it's hard for us to step outside of it. We get told that we're not wanted, or we get told that it's something so far-fetched that we wouldn't be into it. But in the business that I've been doing for the past 3 years, there's not a lot of places where I'm not wanted. Like, and don't get me wrong, there's definitely nice little rough racist patches that I have to deal with, but there's so much that's available to me now that I know is there, that I don't have to tread where people don't want me.
Right.
Because there's so much more.
I just feel like, for me, I just personally, I can't let, this person might be racist, because it might be a black person that don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't worry about those little small details. There's like one obstacle. I feel like if it's something you want to do, go do it.
Oh no,
make it happen for yourself.
My thing is, it's like, whether or not somebody likes me is irrelevant. When it starts costing me contracts, that's when I'm saying I've only had so many problems like that, where I've lost work or I wasn't able to start work because of somebody's views.
Foolishness.
And it hasn't been a lot. I've been really blessed, really lucky to not have had to encounter that a lot as I start progressing, as I start getting further and further down the line.
Okay, I don't want to rush, but this is a 30-minute podcast, so I'm going to try to get through the next questions. But I really am enjoying the conversation with you, because I feel like there's a dialogue that needs to be had, and it's also a dialogue that can help another indie artist, like somebody that's just kind of starting out and they want to, start. Maybe it can give them tips on like what to look for, what to avoid, because had I known a lot of stuff, things would be a lot differently. Okay, but let's see here. So, I asked you that question. What is something that you would change about your journey?
I probably would have gotten out of open mics sooner.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting you to say that. Okay, though. Okay, elaborate.
It's a thing, like, because open mics, they're fun. They're a lot of fun. But as far as, again, the business of it all, it's just a little bit of fun. There's not a lot of money to make. There's a lot of heads in the pot and only so much money to go around.
Right.
And I
don't know. I like open mics, but I only like them. Well, I don't really like, as I've gotten a little bit older, I don't like performing that much. Like, I only want to perform with live music. So, for me, open mic, and then not only that, I just don't like performing because sometimes I get, like, I just want to be able to be free, and and if I mess up or something, like it's okay, So that's why I don't mind like the open mics, but I understand, if you're trying to make money.
I spent a lot of time at the open mic. Like I had a weekly show. I was at a weekly show, so to be there every week, that's every week there's practice. Like I'm trying a new song every week. Every week I gotta learn a new song at least a little bit.
But it made you stronger, though. It made you stronger. That doing that, like the practicing like that, and that dedication, I feel like it made you a stronger artist.
Yeah, it did. But when I consider that I could have been doing the same thing for $300 or $400 a week versus the $25.
Well, look, I feel you. Okay, like I feel you. Look, hold on, you get no arguments. You get no arguments over here, because I have my issues. Trust me, with going to certain stuff.
Yeah,
I feel you, because that's all I can say on that right now. We might have to.
Yeah, we gonna talk. We gonna talk after we get.
We're gonna have to set up another interview. Yeah, no, yeah, I'll give you a call, but I definitely want to set up another interview, because like we might run out of time, and I want to continue this conversation because it's interesting. So really, really quick, what are some of your triumphs, and what are some of the trials that you faced? I think we'll have to end it with that question.
One of the biggest trials I faced was really putting myself out there, having the confidence enough in the art that I do and what it is that I do to start putting it out there, to expect for somebody to like it. And that took a lot of like work on myself, really producing the stuff that I would like. I know what I would sit back and I would watch, or I know what I would appreciate. Mm-hmm. So I know I have to bring out that level.
Right.
And I suppose my triumph would be getting to a point where I'm comfortable enough with my art to be able to present it, or comfortable enough with my production of it to be able to know that at any time I can write a poem, at any time I can write a song, at any time I can compose something. Not because I'm so quote-unquote talented or gifted, but because I have a dedication to the process, because I've developed a process, I've developed a way to produce music, I've developed a way to produce poetry, and I'll rely on my methodology to produce it even if I'm not feeling it. As long as I stick to the method, as long as I don't mess with the ingredients to the pudding, I'm going to come out with what I need.
Right. I hear you. I mean, like I said, like, I've watched you grow, from the time when we first met each other till now. And like when I say, or when I tell you that I'm proud of you, like I sincerely mean that, because I just, just to see growth is one that's beautiful within itself. But, just to see that you're going in the direction that you actually want to go in and is working for you, like I am very, very happy that everything's going the way that you visualize. But I'm going to have to, it's almost time to kick you off. So where can they find you if somebody wants to know more about Chris Ware? Where should they look?
I'm all over Facebook, Chris Ware. I'm on Instagram as Chris Ware9. The next thing that you can find me in will be The Last Days of Judas Iscariot, produced by Mustard Seed Theater. That'll be at the Fine Bond Theater, and we'll be opening in October. If you check my Facebook page, my Instagram, you'll start seeing dates and times come out for that. And I'll be sharing the event page. Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty much it. Well, like I said, I definitely want us to set up another time to interview, because I feel like now I have a whole nother slew of interview questions that I'd like to talk about with you. I have to write them up, of course. So, but I do want to thank you for for taking your time to do this interview with me. I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. Follow, like, and subscribe to Surviving as an Indie Artist. That's our name on all social sites. If you know a talented indie artist that should be interviewed, email me their name and contact info. It's survivingasanindieartist@gmail.com. The link will be in the description box. And until next time,